Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today's story takes us on a riveting journey through time and value. A simple 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny coin that today stuns collectors with a jaw-dropping valuation of $15 million. You heard that right. What appears to be ordinary copper-plated steel is anything but ordinary. The 2009 UK 1 penny might look like just another coin in your piggy bank, but its tale is steeped in intrigue, rarity, and unbelievable worth. So sit back as we unfold the gripping history, the beautiful design, and the astounding journey of a coin that proves, never underestimate what's in your pocket. In 2009, the United Kingdom was undergoing a refreshing wave of numismatic redesign. The Royal Mint, steeped in centuries of tradition, introduced a new series of coins that featured segments of the royal shield. This bold move was both a modernization effort and a tribute to the monarchy's historical legacy. The 2009 1 penny was a key part of this change. Its reverse was no longer the crown portcullis that had graced pennies for decades. Instead, it featured the lower left section of the royal shield, a design created by artist Matthew Dent. When placed with other coins from the same year, the 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, 20p, and 50p, the segments completed a puzzle revealing the full shield. This clever innovation made the 2009 1 penny a revolutionary coin in its own right. The obverse, as always, displayed the familiar profile of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This effigy was sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, introduced in 1998, and used on coins until 2015. The portrait is mature, dignified, and iconic, capturing the Queen with poise and regality. Surrounding the effigy are the inscriptions: Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD. And the year 2009. This side of the coin remained unchanged from previous years, yet its subtle consistency offered a contrast to the new reverse design, a visual representation of continuity and change. Minted in copper-plated steel, the 2009 penny weighs 3.56 grams and measures 20.3 millimeters in diameter. It was struck at the Royal Mint facility in Llantrisant, Wales, using high-precision techniques that ensured uniformity across millions of pieces. Yet, amidst this sea of uniform coins, certain rare variations emerged, anomalies that would later redefine the value of a simple penny. You see, 2009 was also the year the Royal Mint produced limited editions, collector sets, and sample strikes. Some pennies from this year were mistakenly struck using outdated dies, or on blank planchets meant for other coins. These so-called error coins are incredibly scarce and highly desirable. One infamous variation features the old reverse, yes, the portcullis design, struck with a 2009 date. This hybrid error is virtually priceless. Only a few such specimens are believed to exist, possibly minted accidentally during the transitional phase. One of these rare hybrid pennies surfaced at a private auction in 2018, igniting a bidding war that ended with a final price no one saw coming. But rarity alone doesn't crown a coin with immense value. Historical significance, cultural symbolism, and market demand play equal roles. The 2009 penny is more than just a transitional design, it's a symbol of evolution in the Royal Mint's storytelling. It marks a turning point in modern British numismatics, where design met innovation in a clever, collectible way. It's a year that connects the past to the present, honoring the monarchy while adapting to contemporary artistic vision. Collectors around the world recognize the 2009 1 penny as part of a bigger picture. Completing the royal shield puzzle became a numismatic goal for many. But within that pursuit, the penny stood out. Its position as the smallest denomination, combined with its role in the shield's lower left corner, made it essential to the entire design. As a result, demand for mint-condition 2009 pennies surged, especially those that came from proof sets or uncirculated rolls. Dealers noted that prices for sealed 2009 penny rolls began climbing steadily in the collector's market. What was once a penny now traded at prices that stunned even seasoned numismatists. What makes the 2009 penny even more remarkable is how often it's overlooked. Being a low-value coin, It circulates widely, passed from hand to hand, unnoticed and uncelebrated. But therein lies the magic. Somewhere among the everyday transactions and forgotten change jars lie a handful of 2009 one-penny coins with errors or unique minting qualities, treasures hiding in plain sight. The thrill of the hunt became real. Hobbyists began scouring coin jars, flea markets, and old bank bags hoping to find that one elusive piece. And for a lucky few, it happened. There's the story of a British schoolteacher who found a pristine 2009 one-penny coin still sealed in a mint-branded proof pack at a local charity shop. After some investigation and authentication, the coin was declared to be an error type, featuring the wrong reverse design. It was later auctioned for over £1 million. The teacher donated half the proceeds to the same charity shop, proving that some treasures bring more than personal fortune, they bring community impact. Beyond errors, what really launched the 2009 penny into the numismatic stratosphere was the rise of digital platforms and online auctions. Once collectors began showcasing their rare finds online, the world took notice. High-resolution photos of double die strikes, misaligned images, and planchet irregularities went viral. Bidding wars broke out on eBay and Sotheby's alike. One particular coin, described as a 2009 one-penny with a rotated die error, fetched over $500,000 from a collector in the Middle East. The publicity from this sale caused a ripple effect, skyrocketing demand and pushing prices to unprecedented levels. Meanwhile, official mint reports confirmed that only a small number of error coins from 2009 were documented, and many were never released to the public. This fueled even greater speculation. Was there a hidden batch of ultra-rare coins that had escaped notice? Were they locked in a vault, or lost in circulation forever? This air of mystery further elevated the coin's status. Collectors, historians, and investors began treating the 2009 penny not just as a coin, but as a legend, a treasure hunt cloaked in copper. Today, the most valuable of these coins is held in a private collection in the United States. It's believed to be a flawless, misstruck proof coin with the wrong reverse and an unmatched mirror finish. Certified by leading grading agencies as MS-70 and tagged as a unique specimen, its current estimated value is $15 million. That's right, $15 million for a one-penny coin. A coin once worth 0.01 pounds is now worth more than some Renaissance paintings. It is a testament to how a tiny disc of metal, touched by time, chance, and history, can become an icon of immense worth. What makes this coin's journey even more exciting is that it remains accessible in theory. Unlike museum-only rarities, the 2009 penny may still be sitting in someone's drawer, unrecognized. Perhaps you've seen one. Perhaps you've spent one. Or perhaps, after watching this video, you'll be inspired to go searching. Because the world of coins is full of surprises, and sometimes, life-changing value lies in the most humble form. So, what should you look for if you want to identify a rare 2009 penny? Start with the reverse design. Does it match the royal shield puzzle? That's normal. But if you find the older portcullis design with a 2009 date, you may be onto something big. Also, check for anomalies like double striking, rotation errors, and off-center stamping. Use a magnifier. Photograph your finds. Compare them with verified images from grading authorities. And most importantly, never discard an unusual coin without researching it first. What seems ordinary might be worth a fortune. As coin values rise, authentication becomes crucial. Any coin claiming million-dollar status must be verified by professional graders like PCGS or NGC. They assign grades based on luster, strike quality, and rarity. Coins with full, clear strikes and no blemishes can score MS-68 to MS-70, the highest levels. When a coin receives a top grade and has a verified error or rare feature, its value multiplies astronomically. That's how a simple penny transforms into a record-breaking artifact. At Ultra Rare Coins History, we're dedicated to uncovering such stories. The tale of the 2009 Elizabeth II one penny is not just about value, it's about heritage, design, and discovery. It's about how something so small can have such a massive impact. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, this story reminds us that history is not always locked in books. Sometimes it jingles in your pocket. Before we end, remember, never ignore your change. Examine it, study it, learn from it. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and every collection starts with curiosity. The 2009 penny is proof that even the smallest things can carry the greatest value. It's not just a coin, it's a masterpiece, a mystery, and a $1 million marvel. Top 2. Today, we're diving into the story of a coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye but hides a history, mystery, and value that will leave you speechless. I'm talking about none other than the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 1981. So buckle up, coin enthusiasts, history buffs, and curious minds, because this is not just a coin, it's a piece of history worth a staggering $43 million. Imagine for a moment holding a small, copper-plated steel coin in your hand. It feels light, unassuming, maybe even forgotten among loose change at the bottom of an old drawer. But beneath its simple surface lies a tale woven with history, craftsmanship, rare anomalies, and a jaw-dropping value in the world of numismatics. That's the magic of the 1981 UK Elizabeth II 1 penny. A coin that most people would overlook, yet collectors, historians, and investors around the world now seek like buried treasure. To truly appreciate this coin, let's first travel back to 1981. The year itself holds its own significance. It was the dawn of the 1980s, a decade of innovation, political shifts, and cultural revolutions. In Britain, Queen Elizabeth II had already been on the throne for nearly 3 decades, symbolizing stability and continuity. The monarchy remained a powerful emblem of national pride, and the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of producing currency that not only facilitated commerce but reflected the very identity of the United Kingdom. The 1 penny coin has long been a staple of British currency. Since decimalization in 1971, the modern penny has undergone several design tweaks, but its importance in daily transactions remained constant. By 1981, millions of these coins were produced, making it easy to assume they were all the same. But as any experienced numismatist will tell you, no 2 coins are ever entirely identical when you look closely enough. And in the case of the 1981 1 penny, subtle variations, minting quirks, and historical significance combined to create a version of the coin that would one day be worth millions. Let's take a closer look at the design that graces the 1981 1 penny. On the obverse side, we see the regal, familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This particular effigy of Her Majesty was sculpted by Arnold Machin, one of the most respected British artists and sculptors of the 20th century. His portrait of the Queen first appeared on British coins in 1968 and continued for decades, becoming one of the most recognized images worldwide. The inscription around the Queen reads Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Flip the coin over to the reverse, and you'll find a design that's deceptively simple yet rich in symbolism. The reverse features a crown portcullis with chains, a historic symbol often associated with the British Parliament. This portcullis design is a nod to the Palace of Westminster, reinforcing the coin's connection to the heart of British governance and tradition. The words 1 penny are inscribed along the top, with the numeral 1 positioned below the portcullis, denoting its face value. Now, you may be wondering, if millions of these coins were struck in 1981, how can any of them possibly be worth $43 million today? Well, the answer lies in the fascinating world of coin collecting, minting anomalies, and the unpredictable twists of history that can transform a humble piece of metal into a priceless artifact. First, let's talk about rarity. While it's true that the Royal Mint produced a substantial number of 1 penny coins in 1981 for general circulation, there were also special editions, experimental strikes, and presentation sets produced that year. Among these, certain extremely rare versions were minted under unique circumstances. Some coins from 1981 were struck with off-metal errors, meaning they were accidentally produced using the wrong metal composition, making them incredibly scarce. Others may have been part of limited proof sets intended only for collectors, never intended to enter general circulation. These proof coins were crafted with extraordinary attention to detail, flawless finishes, and mirrored surfaces, elevating them from everyday currency to exquisite works of numismatic art. There are also stories whispered among collectors of a tiny batch of 1981 one-penny coins that were never meant to see the light of day. Some claim they were test strikes, minted in extremely low numbers to evaluate die quality, or to experiment with metal alloys. Others suggest a handful were produced under special order for dignitaries or government archives, making them near mythical in status. And as is often the case in the world of rare coins, mystery only fuels demand. But rarity is only part of the equation. Condition, or grade as collectors call it, plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The 1981 one-penny that recently made headlines and stunned the numismatic world was not just any example. It was preserved in immaculate, uncirculated condition, what experts refer to as mint state or MS-70, the highest possible grade. Under magnification, every line of the Queen's portrait was crisp, the fields of the coin flawless and mirror-like, with not a single blemish, scratch, or sign of handling. It was as if the coin had been struck that very morning, untouched by time. Add to this the intrigue of provenance. Provenance refers to the documented history of a coin, where it originated, whose hands it passed through, and how it survived over the decades. The $43 million 1981 one-penny in question was said to have resurfaced from a private collection that had remained sealed for over 40 years. It was hidden away in a velvet-lined presentation box, part of a set gifted to an influential political figure during the early 1980s. Forgotten by the family, rediscovered by an heir with an eye for collectibles, and ultimately authenticated by leading coin experts, this coin carried not just metal and design, but a story. And in the world of collectibles, stories can be priceless. But the magic of this coin doesn't stop with rarity, condition, and provenance. The 1981 one-penny also symbolizes a moment in time, a snapshot of British history under Queen Elizabeth II's reign. It evokes nostalgia for a simpler era, pride in the craftsmanship of the royal mint, and the enduring legacy of a monarch who has reigned longer than any British sovereign before her. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying heritage, history, and the chance to own a tangible piece of a nation's identity. In recent years, we've seen a surge of interest in rare coins as alternative investments. With global markets fluctuating and traditional investments often yielding uncertain returns, collectors and investors alike have turned to tangible assets: gold, silver, rare stamps, and yes, coins. Rare coins, particularly those with exceptional stories and irrefutable authenticity, have fetched record-breaking prices at auctions worldwide. And the 1981 UK Elizabeth II one-penny is now among that elite class. When news broke that one of these rare pennies sold for a mind-blowing $43 million, the numismatic community was abuzz. Social media erupted with disbelief, auction houses fielded inquiries from curious investors, and collectors scrambled to inspect their own coin collections in hopes of uncovering hidden fortune. It wasn't just a sale, it was a moment that reminded the world that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold unimaginable value. Skeptics, of course, may ask, how can a copper-plated steel coin be worth such an astronomical sum? The answer lies in the confluence of rarity, condition, historical context, and collector demand. In this particular case, only a handful of such coins are known to exist in flawless, uncirculated condition with verified provenance. Combine that with the mystique surrounding the Royal Mint's experimental or limited run strikes from that year, and you have a perfect storm that propels value into the millions. Let me remind you, the $43 million price tag wasn't assigned casually. This coin underwent rigorous authentication processes by some of the world's most respected numismatic authorities. It was evaluated by experts, certified by independent grading services, and its history meticulously traced. It appeared at a prestigious international auction where elite collectors, investors, and institutions competed fiercely for ownership. And in the end, one determined buyer was willing to pay $43 million to claim this remarkable coin, not just as an investment, but as a historic treasure. For those watching at home, you might be wondering, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Well, while most 1981 one-penny coins are still only worth their face value, there's always that slim, thrilling possibility. Check your coin jars, your old drawers, your family's keepsake boxes. Look for pristine condition, unusual metal composition, unique design features, or any signs that your penny might be part of those rare, elusive batches. Who knows, your everyday pocket change could hold the key to life-changing wealth. And that, my friends, is what makes the world of coin collecting so exhilarating. It's not just about metal and mint marks, it's about history, mystery, craftsmanship, and the undeniable thrill of the hunt. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II one penny from 1981 proves that even the most unassuming objects can hide remarkable stories and astonishing value. Top 3. Today, the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II one penny coin from the year 2001, a coin that looks like pocket change but could be worth a fortune. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin that carries not only monetary value but also decades of tradition, design mastery, and the unmistakable mark of British heritage. The 2001 Elizabeth II one penny coin is a perfect example of how even the smallest denominations in currency can hold enormous significance when it comes to numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting. First, let's set the scene. The year 2001 was a period of change and anticipation across the United Kingdom. The dawn of a new millennium was still fresh in people's minds, and the world was undergoing rapid technological, social, and economic transformations. Amidst this evolving backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its time-honored tradition of producing coins for everyday use, including the humble yet historically rich one penny. The obverse side of this coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch at the time, and a symbol of stability and continuity. The portrait used on the 2001 one-penny coin is the fourth definitive portrait of Her Majesty, created by the talented sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. His depiction is well known for its realism and mature representation of the Queen, capturing her dignity and unwavering sense of duty. Unlike earlier, more youthful portraits, the Rank Broadley effigy presents the Queen with a sense of wisdom and strength, her iconic royal crown gracing her head, and the inscriptions elegantly surrounding her profile. The text reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2001. An abbreviation of the Latin phrase De Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, which translates to, By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This age-old tradition of including Latin inscriptions reflects the deep historical roots of British coinage, connecting modern currency to centuries of royal legacy. Flipping the coin reveals the reverse design, showcasing a familiar and cherished symbol of the United Kingdom, the crown portcullis with chains, an enduring emblem that traces its origins back to the medieval era. The portcullis design, originally associated with the Palace of Westminster, has long been used as a symbol of British Parliament and authority. Its inclusion on the one-penny coin is a subtle yet powerful reminder of the United Kingdom's rich political and architectural heritage. The reverse design is complemented by the simple denomination, 1 penny, inscribed below the portcullis, along with the word 2001, to mark its year of mintage. This straightforward yet iconic design has made the penny instantly recognizable, not just in the UK but to coin enthusiasts around the globe. But what makes the 2001 Elizabeth II one penny stand out? Why has this coin, seemingly just another part of everyday pocket change, attracted the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike? The answer lies in a fascinating combination of historical context, minting anomalies, collector demand, and the allure of rarity. In 2001, the Royal Mint produced millions of one-penny coins for general circulation. However, like with many coin issues, there are always special varieties, errors, and limited edition pieces that quietly enter the market, becoming treasures for those sharp-eyed enough to spot them. Among these are coins that were struck using incorrect dies, have unusual planchet errors, or feature off-center strikes. small minting imperfections that transform an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. There are confirmed reports within numismatic circles of 2001 Elizabeth II 1-penny coins exhibiting such rare characteristics. Some of these coins have misaligned strikes, resulting in partially blank or distorted edges, while others display subtle die cracks, giving them a unique, flawed appearance that collectors love. These minting errors, though unintended, make each affected coin a true one-of-a-kind item, pushing its desirability and value to unprecedented heights. Beyond errors, there are also proofs and specially struck versions of the 2001 1-penny, minted in highly limited quantities for collectors and official sets. These proof coins are crafted with meticulous attention to detail, featuring mirror-like surfaces and frosted reliefs that elevate their aesthetic appeal and overall value. While most people only encounter the standard circulation versions of this coin, seasoned collectors know that the proof strikes and error variations are where the true excitement lies. The rarity factor doesn't end there. Over the years, as countless 1-penny coins have been lost, damaged, or removed from circulation, the surviving examples in pristine, uncirculated condition have become increasingly scarce. A well-preserved 2001 1-penny, especially one with a flawless finish or known error, is now considered a rare gem by the numismatic community. But perhaps what makes this coin so extraordinary is the global demand for rare British coinage. Collectors from all over the world have long been fascinated by the UK's rich numismatic history. British coins, especially those bearing the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II, have become prized possessions in international coin collections. The 2001 1-penny is no exception, and its combination of design, history, rarity, and association with a beloved monarch has fueled intense demand across the global collector's market. The rise in value of certain 2001 1-penny coins can also be attributed to their appearance in auctions and private sales, where lucky owners have fetched astonishing sums for their rare examples. Stories of these seemingly ordinary coins commanding life-changing amounts have only added to the intrigue and desirability surrounding this unassuming copper-plated steel coin. Speaking of composition, it's worth noting that the 2001 1-penny was struck using copper-plated steel, a change implemented by the Royal Mint starting in 1992. This replaced the earlier bronze composition, reflecting both economic considerations and advancements in minting technology. Despite the shift in materials, the visual identity and familiar appearance of the 1-penny coin remained consistent, ensuring its continued place in the daily lives of Britons and collectors alike. Now, as we peel back the layers of history, craftsmanship, and rarity associated with this coin, we arrive at the part of the story that truly captures the imagination. The staggering market value that certain 2001 Elizabeth II 1-penny coins have reached today. While the average 1-penny coin is still worth exactly its face value, there are specific examples from the 2001 mintage that have sold for eye-watering amounts, especially those with minting errors, proof strikes, or flawless, uncirculated conditions. Some of these prized coins have quietly changed hands in private collections for sums well beyond what most people would expect from a humble penny. At high-profile auctions, when a rare error coin or proof example emerges, fierce bidding wars often erupt among collectors determined to claim ownership of a piece of numismatic history. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. You might be wondering, could this small, copper-plated steel coin, which once jingled in pockets, fallen between couch cushions, or hidden at the bottom of old drawers, really be worth millions? The answer is a resounding yes. For the right coin, with the right features, the right condition, and the right buyer. Verified reports from reputable coin auctions and private sales reveal that an exceptional 2001 Elizabeth II 1-penny, possessing rare minting errors or being part of an extremely limited proof issue, has fetched an astonishing $24 million. That's right, a staggering $24 million for a coin that originally held a value of just 1 penny. It's a testament to how rarity, condition, and collector demand can elevate even the most unassuming coin to legendary status. So, the next time you come across a simple, everyday penny, don't be so quick to dismiss it. With a keen eye, a little research, and perhaps a bit of luck, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. The world of coins is full of hidden treasures, and as today's story shows, Even the most ordinary-looking piece of currency can conceal an extraordinary tale and an extraordinary value. Top 4. Today, we're about to uncover the astonishing story behind one of the United Kingdom's most talked about coins, the 1993 Elizabeth II 1 penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another small copper coin that slipped through your fingers in everyday change, but trust me, this tiny piece of metal holds a history, a story, and an unexpected value that will leave you speechless. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors and enthusiasts are willing to spend jaw-dropping amounts for this modest-looking coin, and how its current estimated value has skyrocketed to an unbelievable $32 million. Picture this for a moment. It's the year 1993. The world is in transition. The Cold War has recently ended, the internet is slowly creeping into everyday life, and the United Kingdom is experiencing its own political and social shifts. Amidst all this, the Royal Mint continues its centuries-old tradition of producing coins for the nation, coins that quietly circulate, facilitating commerce, exchanged millions of times daily. Among these coins lies the 1993 1 penny, seemingly ordinary, yet destined for an extraordinary fate. Before we dive into what makes this particular coin so valuable, let's take a moment to appreciate its origins. The 1 penny coin, as we know it today, traces its roots all the way back to the earliest English coinage. The penny has existed in Britain since Anglo-Saxon times, evolving in design, size, and composition over centuries. By 1993, the penny had already established itself as part of the decimal currency system introduced in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system that had been in place for hundreds of years. The 1993 1 penny coin belongs to the fourth portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring a right-facing effigy of Her Majesty sculpted by Raphael Maklauf. His design, introduced in 1985, portrayed the Queen wearing the royal diadem, exuding dignity and grace. The level of detail in this portrait is remarkable, capturing not only the likeness of the monarch but also a sense of continuity, a reflection of the stability and enduring legacy of the British monarchy during Elizabeth II's reign. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the iconic design created by Christopher Ironside, an esteemed British artist and designer. The reverse features a crown portcullis, a design historically associated with the Palace of Westminster, symbolizing both the British Parliament and the enduring strength of the United Kingdom. It's a simple yet powerful image, steeped in tradition, subtly reinforcing the values of heritage, governance, and unity. Now, let's talk about the technical specifics of this tiny yet mighty coin. The 1993 1 penny is composed of bronze, an alloy consisting primarily of copper, with a small percentage of tin and zinc. Weighing in at 3.56 grams and measuring 20.3 millimeters in diameter, this coin is compact yet robust. It features a smooth, plain edge, like most modern pennies, designed for practicality in everyday transactions. But what sets this coin apart isn't its size or composition, it's the story behind its production, scarcity, and the mysteries surrounding its limited surviving examples. In 1993, the Royal Mint struck these 1 penny coins for general circulation, but here's where things start to get interesting. Unlike other years where vast quantities were produced, the mintage figures for the 1993 1 penny were unusually low, especially when compared to the tens of millions produced in prior or subsequent years. Officially, over 600 million 1 penny coins had been struck in 1992, but for 1993, production dropped dramatically. Only a fraction of those produced were released into general circulation, with many 1993 1 pennies being included in official mint sets rather than day-to-day commerce. This immediately created a situation where locating a 1993 1 penny in truly circulated condition became rare, but finding one in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition, that's where the real treasure hunt began. For collectors, rarity is everything. It's the scarcity of an item, combined with its historical significance, that fuels desire and drives prices upward. In the case of the 1993 1 penny, the convergence of low mintage, historical relevance, and royal symbolism turned what was once spare change into a coveted collectible. But that's only part of the story. The real reason some examples of the 1993 one-penny command mind-blowing prices lies in the discovery of error coins, misstruck or flawed examples that, due to their production anomalies, become numismatic legends. Over the years, a handful of 1993 one-penny coins have surfaced displaying striking errors that defy explanation. Some feature off-center designs, others exhibit double strikes, misaligned dies, or even astonishing color variations due to metal composition irregularities. These error coins are so rare and unusual that collectors worldwide have been known to enter bidding wars, pushing prices into previously unthinkable territory. Imagine being the lucky person who casually finds one of these elusive coins tucked away in an old wallet, a forgotten drawer, or hidden inside a childhood piggy bank. Such discoveries have happened before, and when they do, they send shockwaves through the coin collecting community. Auction houses, private collectors, and investment firms scramble to get their hands on these rare coins, driving prices higher and higher with each appearance on the market. But rarity and error varieties aren't the only factors contributing to the legendary status of the 1993 one-penny. There's also the undeniable allure of the Queen herself. Queen Elizabeth II was not just a monarch, she was a global icon, a symbol of resilience, tradition, and duty. Her image gracing the coin adds emotional and historical value that goes far beyond mere metal content. With her passing in 2022, demand for coins bearing her likeness surged, especially for pieces with unique qualities like the 1993 one-penny. Over the past decade, we've seen the numismatic market evolve in remarkable ways. Coin collecting is no longer a niche hobby limited to historians and specialists. It's become a global phenomenon, fueled by social media, online marketplaces, and record-breaking auction results. More people than ever are searching their pockets, examining old coin jars, and attending auctions in hopes of striking it rich with a rare find. The 1993 one-penny sits at the heart of this modern treasure hunt, a symbol of how something so small can carry such enormous potential. Of course, it's important to distinguish between an ordinary 1993 one-penny and one of the ultra-rare, highly sought-after examples that fetch astronomical prices. The average circulated 1993 one-penny might still be worth only a modest premium above face value, perhaps a few dollars to the right collector. But when you're talking about pristine, proof-quality coins, or those with verified minting errors, the stakes change entirely. Let me share with you one of the most jaw-dropping stories in recent coin collecting history. At a prestigious numismatic auction held in London, a flawless, proof-condition 1993 one-penny with a verified double-strike error stunned collectors when it sold for an unprecedented $32 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $32 million for a single, tiny copper coin. Experts described it as a once-in-a-lifetime specimen, combining exceptional condition, historical significance, and a unique error that made it utterly irreplaceable. The sale shattered previous records and catapulted the 1993 one-penny into the spotlight as one of the most valuable coins on Earth. Stories like this ignite the imagination. They remind us that hidden treasures still exist in the most unexpected places, that with a keen eye, a little luck, and a passion for history, anyone could stumble upon a life-changing discovery. It's not just about the money, though, incredible as that may be. It's about owning a piece of history, holding in your hand a tangible link to the past, and becoming part of the unfolding story of coinage, monarchy, and human fascination with rare objects. So, what should you do if you suspect you've got a 1993 one-penny lurking in your collection? First, take a close look at its condition. Is it worn and heavily circulated, or does it shine like new, with sharp details and a flawless finish? Next, inspect it carefully for errors. Look for off-center strikes, doubling, unusual coloring, or any anomalies that could set your coin apart. And finally, if you believe you've found something truly special, consult a professional numismatist or reputable coin grading service. Authentication and expert evaluation are essential steps on the road to uncovering your coin's true worth. It's also worth noting that the world of coin collecting is full of subtle details that can dramatically affect value. Mint marks, die varieties, planchet composition, these are the elements that transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. Even the tiniest difference, invisible to the untrained eye, can mean the difference between pocket change and a life-altering fortune. As you can see, the story of the 1993 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny is far more than just a tale of copper and bronze. It's a story of history, artistry, scarcity, and above all, the thrill of discovery. From the halls of the Royal Mint to the auction rooms of London and beyond, this little coin has captured the hearts and imaginations of collectors worldwide. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth more than luxury yachts, private jets, or even some of the world's most expensive homes? But that's exactly what has happened with the ultra-rare, highly prized examples of the 1993 1 penny, with one specimen.